Welcome, Kudas, to the February episode of the Agriculture Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan. February is usually thought of as the month of love because of Valentine's Day on the 14th. But that's not the only holiday during this month, because we celebrate Groundhog Day on the 2nd. You may be thinking to yourself, Groundhog Day is such an odd tradition. Isn't it a bit silly a little animal can predict if we'll have more winter? Well, the holiday dates way back when pagans would celebrate February, marking the halfway point between the winter solstice and spring equinox with a festival of light. Then it was turned into a Christian holiday and later adapted by the Germans in 1886 into the holiday we recognize today. Now, in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, every year we watch to see if Phil, the groundhog, will see his shadow and retreat back into his burrow to signal that winter will go on for 6 more weeks, or if he doesn't see his shadow, to reveal that spring will arrive early. Moving right along from our mini history lesson, let's turn our attention to the loveliest holiday, Valentine's Day. I'd say there are 3 staples to Valentine's Day: teddy bears, flowers, and chocolate. Starting with the teddy bear, how did this big furry beast become a lovable plush? Well, it ties back to the idea of bears being protective and powerful animals, a guardian for the gift receiver. But the history of the actual term teddy bear was coined in the early 20th century from President Theodore Roosevelt. Morris Mitchum, a Russian immigrant and inventor, created a stuffed bear named Teddy's Bear in Theodore Roosevelt's honor. The first sale of a teddy bear was in 1903. Now, the cute and cuddly plushies are loved and exchanged nationwide. Next, we have the second icon, flowers. I mean, what's Valentine's Day without a gorgeous bouquet? Flowers being used as a romantic gesture can be traced back to Greek and Roman mythology. In myth, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, created the first red roses from the death of her lover, Adonis. William Shakespeare also had a hand in creating this symbolism of flowers and love, with him tying flowers to emotion like love and jealousy in his plays. This idea continued to grow into the Victorian era in the 19th century with the creation of florography, or the language of flowers. Red roses declared passionate love, daisies conveyed innocence and purity, pink roses are gratitude and admiration, yellow roses mean friendship, tulips are for perfect love, orchids refined beauty and strength, baby's breath is everlasting love, and carnations are a mother's love. Lastly is chocolate. Richard Cadbury, a British chocolate maker, started packaging his chocolate in heart-shaped boxes in 1861. The boxes could be covered in silk, satin lace, ribbons, beautiful presentation, and advertisement made it perfect for couples. American chocolate manufacturers were joining in by the 1930s, and it became a Valentine's tradition. Our chocolate is actually not produced locally. No, 70% of cocoa production comes from West Africa. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day.